What's going on, my lost souls? Ghost Mask Gamer and I am back, and we are going to be spoilers talking about Twin Star Exorcist. Now, I've gotten deeper into the manga, reading it more, found out more about the guy on the right. I've seen the girl on the left, but don't know her name yet. But the guy on the right is named Rokuro, and he's with that team of exorcists at the beginning where the guy is getting with the old guy and Ryogo, the young disciple of the older guy. But Rokuro actually has no talent. He has no talent whatsoever. He can't get a girlfriend because every girl shoots him down, and he's not good at sports. He's not good at anything. I just found that out. I was like, wow, he's not good at anything at all. But actually, Ryogo is talking to two other members on that team of exorcists, and apparently 2 years ago, he was young, but he was an awesome exorcist. That was the only good thing about him. He was awesome at it. He would get rid of K-airs like nothing. He was very willing to be an exorcist, but apparently something happened. In the dorm that he was in, uh, I guess everyone else died except for him. Worst tragedy ever. He was the only survivor in that dorm. And I still can't remember the name of it. I tried to remember. I pictured it in my head. I should have wrote it down. But, oh well. Yeah, he's the only survivor of that dorm. And apparently that's why he's not doing any of that anymore. He's just done with it. But, so he left, and then he bought stuff for them. Uh, and then as he's walking on this bridge, he's talking to himself, walking, and then he finally looks up and sees that a girl is falling from the sky. And she falls straight into a river. And then he's like, oh no, I have to save her. And then he jumps out into the water. He's looking around for her, and she's not even there. She's already out of the water. And then he's like, oh wait, I just remembered. I can't swim. Bruh, what can you do? So she ends up helping him out. She has a map. She doesn't know the place, but apparently he does. And she wants him to take her to a certain place, and he doesn't even know how to read a map. They end up lost. But they end up eating. Well, she ends up eating. He ends up broke and hungry. And then they pass by these two kids riding their bikes. One's an older brother, one's a younger sister. And then they're like talking for a second and end up turning around and seeing that the children are gone. The bikes are there, but the children are both gone. But she ends up instantly pulling something out. It's like a slip of paper, and it opens up a gate, like how Bleach does when, uh, at the beginning, when Byakuya and Renji open up that gate to the spirit world, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. I haven't watched that in forever, but it's like it looks like that. It's like a type of blinds type of deal with that, I guess. And then, but this opens up a place to where the K-Guard live called Magano. And they end up trying to save the kids. Well, she does. She ends up putting on a mask, and then, I guess, pulls out two swords and slicing the one that was about to kill the sister because the brother has a hole in his back and he's like bleeding out. And then there's like 10 more that pops up, and she ends up having to put on like armor. She has more slips of paper and she calls them talisman, and it puts on armor for her arms that gives her strength of a lion, and then armor for her legs that gives her quickness, speed, I guess. And then there's like one talisman that only puts on like I guess makeup for the mask. I don't know what it did. I wasn't paying attention at that part. But she ends up slicing all of them faster than she did before. And she's like trying to make sure the kid is okay. She ends up healing his wound somehow. Like, this is getting all around weird. And then there's this big Kagar that pops out of nowhere. It's humongous. It swings one of its arms at her. And she was saying if she didn't have that armor on, she would have died. I was like, okay, this is actually weird. And that thing is ugly. But yeah. And he asked her, "Can you take that thing down?" And she's like, "I don't know. I've never tried fighting something that big." And I'm just thinking, is she gonna die? I haven't read that far, but is she? And then she says that she has to keep the honor of her family. And I was like, okay. And she asks him, "Do you know about the tragedy that happened at the dorm he was at?" And she didn't know that. But he had that look of despair. Like, how does she know about that? Or, I was in that predicament. I was like, wow, this is getting really crazy. But that's it so far. That's as far as I've gotten into it. Don't know her name. Just know she's talented at being an exorcist. But yeah, if you guys like what you've seen, hit the like button. Give me your opinions in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you are new. And as usual, guys, have an awesome day. Bye.